Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today we have a jam-packed news video for you. Last Friday, the good old World of Warships Legends community team gave us a jammed-packed 3-hour stream with some huge news in it, and we're going to go over it in case you don't feel like watching a 3-hour stream. We'll, condense all the news down into a nice little bite-sized bit. But before we do that, a little bit of housekeeping. We are currently doing a community choice kind of favorite ships of the year. If you're interested in voting for that, I'll have the form down below. Get in there, vote. I'm very excited to see what the community as a whole favorite ship was for the year. Okay, cool. Housekeeping is all the way. Also, if you want to hit the like button and help me in the algorithm, it is 100% appreciated. Okay, so let's get into all of the news and details, because there's 3 big pieces of news and then some little smatterings here and there. We're going to go chronologically as they occurred in the stream, because that's the way they're written down in my notes. First things first, they had an interesting little side note on bureau projects. This came up based on asking why the new research points can only be used in newer bureau projects. And basically, I guess the way that they currently track them, it means if they wanted to go back and add the research points to older bureau projects, then it would completely reset everyone's progress. Okay, that's interesting, and that makes moving away from the bureau system a very hard thing to do, which is very interesting. Cool, that was one little piece. Let's get into some bigger news. Now, next update is only going to be about 2 weeks long. It starts like January 14th, I believe. Basically, we are a very, very short update of 2 weeks, but they are going to be packing a ton of big changes into it. And usually these 2-week updates are around when the devs get to go on holiday. So we're going to be dropping some big changes, and it sounds like the devs may not be here if they break it. Cool. This sounds great. So first thing, and this is a very exciting thing, SAP is coming to the Italian tech tree cruisers. Hence why we're playing Abruzzi in this. They will, as a balancing factor, have a slight reload nerf if you choose to equip that module, which is unfortunate just because I don't feel like the Italian tech tree cruisers were going to overperform anyways. And they already have substantially long reloads, but here we are. So they will be coming in, of course. They will most likely be monitoring their performance. So if they do need to actually get a buff after it, hopefully we'll get a buff in a short manner of time for those ships. Additionally, HE shells are getting a total rework, or not really a total rework. Right now, basically, you do the pen calculation, and it has to be greater than the number that is shown in the pen calculation as far as millimeters of armor that is penetrated. Now it can be equal to or greater. So what that essentially means is every single HE shell is getting 1 additional millimeter of penetration. This is most likely going to help the light cruisers in tier 5, tier 6 matches. And then just some weird cases on the outskirts, but the main buff this would be is tier 5, tier 6 cruisers, which, let's be clear, they probably need. Battleships are very dominant down in tier 4 or tier 5, tier 6, just because of how powerful those guns are and how overmatchy the hulls of cruisers can be. Next up, the other big change that I am super excited for, and I was actually planning on making a video about them needing to do this, so I'm excited to see it come. French destroyers are getting a rework and being moved into more of a gunboat role. Personally, I think French destroyers have gotten kind of the short end of the stick, because if you want a high-risk sort of, if you want a high-risk destroyer that doesn't have smoke, well, that's what the pan-European destroyers are for now. And now the French destroyers, they have decent guns. They had okay guns. They had a lot of their torps nerfed, and they are getting a rework. Mainly, they are getting a lot more of them are getting main battery reload boosters, and they are getting multiple charges of those main battery reload boosters. So I, for one, am very excited to get in and play them, because right now French destroyers, they're in a bit of a rough place. So I'm happy that we can kind of get a new life into those destroyers. And those are the three big ones. There are a couple of other ones that I wanted to go over. First off, the legendary modifications. They'll be coming soon to legendary tiers. They won't necessarily be a full copy of what they have over on PC, but it's sort of a new system designed for Scratch that will only be coming to legendary tier. So I'm thinking of it as almost like a special way of adding an additional mod slot, because that is one of the things that our legendary tier doesn't have, that PC legendary tier does have. They get more mod slots the more they move up. We kind of lock off at the 4 that we currently have. After that, Will to Rebuild. We were told a rework was coming, but it ain't coming anytime soon. I think the devs are currently happy with where Will to Rebuild is. So I kind of feel that that's unfortunate, but hey, you got to roll with the punches, roll with the waves, as it were, in this game. They are, though, however, currently working on a commander skill rework. I don't know what this necessarily entails, but anything to sort of shift up the meta, I'm here for. Give us some new life into this game. I'm super excited for it. One thing that will definitely not be coming, or doesn't seem like will be coming, is the German battle cruiser, German commander battle cruiser rework. We were told initially that the German commanders were most likely to receive a little bit of a rework, a little bit of a tweak, in order to add some skills that would help out the German battle cruisers. However, German battle cruisers are performing exceptionally well currently, so they don't feel like it is necessary to go in and change or to add anything into the current German battleship commander lines, because the battle cruisers are performing well as is, even with their limited damage control parties. So that's that. The final thing, a little bit of news that we saw, Lenin, despite being promised to return during her release, it's looking like she will be a never to return type ship, given just how strong it is. Last time we were told, as far as the top performing battleships, it was number 1, JB. Number 2, it was Lenin. And at that time, La Foudre had just been introduced, and it was occupying the 3rd slot. So there we have it. We maybe one day we see a Lenin CE in Lenin again, but as is, Lenin won't be returning. And guys, that is all of the news you may have missed out on if you didn't catch the stream. What do you think? What's your biggest piece of missed out news, or what are you excited about? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.